This fighter tried to bully Dakota, but in the ring, she paid the ultimate price.
Everybody was really kept telling me, like, you keep fighting so far away. When are you going to fight local? So it's happening, and like make everybody else happy, I guess.
That'll be a big fight for, that'll go down in history.
You are watching Boxing Planet, and in this video, we'll talk about the intense showdown between Dakota Ditcheva and Jenna Bishop. Before the match, Jenna Bishop was extremely confident, boldly claiming in interviews that she would defeat Dakota with ease. She dismissed Dakota's skills, saying she wouldn't stand a chance. Dakota, on the other hand, remained calm and composed, showing little emotion in the lead-up, but what happened in the ring shocked everyone and silenced all of Jenna's talk. The fight took place in Nashville, Tennessee on August 2, 2024, as part of the PFL Women's Flyweight Semi-Finals. As the opening bell rang, both fighters moved toward the center of the cage. Dakota immediately began establishing her striking range, using her long jab and crisp footwork to stay on the outside. Bishop stayed composed, looking for an opening to shoot in and bring the fight into her comfort zone. The grappling world. About a minute into the round, Bishop saw her chance. She slipped under one of Dakota's punches and drove in for a takedown. With solid timing and clean technique, she managed to get Dakota to the ground. For a brief moment, the momentum seemed to swing in her favor, but Dakota Ditcheva wasn't interested in staying on the mat. With impressive composure and athleticism, she quickly scrambled back to her feet before Bishop could secure a dominant position. Once upright, Dakota reset, and it was clear she had learned from that moment. She began to pressure Bishop with sharper combinations and more aggressive movement, refusing to let her opponent get close enough to attempt another takedown. Then came the turning point. Dakota timed Bishop's forward movement perfectly and unleashed a devastating knee straight up the middle. It landed flush, crashing into Bishop's body and immediately sending her to the canvas. The crowd erupted as Bishop crumbled. Clearly hurt, Dakota didn't hesitate. She swarmed in with pinpoint ground and pound, unleashing a barrage of clean, powerful strikes as Bishop tried to cover up. The referee hovered nearby, closely watching as the damage piled up. Despite Bishop's efforts to defend, the shots were coming too fast and too accurate. After several unanswered blows, the referee had seen enough and stepped in to stop the fight at 3 minutes and 54 seconds of the very first round. It was a statement win for Dakota Ditcheva, another dominant performance that kept her undefeated record intact and solidified her reputation as one of the most dangerous rising stars in MMA. The crowd cheered and Dakota's hand was raised. Her face reflected pure focus and quiet satisfaction. She had passed another test, time against a proven ground specialist, and she did it in decisive fashion. Her ability to recover from a takedown, stay calm under pressure, and finish the fight with precision proved how complete of a fighter she has become. With this win, Dakota punched her ticket to the PFL Women's Flyweight Final, where she would face former UFC title contender Taila Santos, a matchup fans had been waiting for. Two elite fighters with real knockout power and championship potential, but on that night, the spotlight belonged entirely to Dakota Ditcheva. In less than 4 minutes, she turned what was expected to be a competitive semifinal into another dominant chapter in her undefeated run.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.
Now, let's take a look at some of Dakota Ditcheva's other thrilling fights. Of this unforgettable debut took place at UKFC 9 on March 23, 2019. Round 1. The opening bell rang, and from the very first exchange, it was clear Dakota wasn't just another debutante, she was there to make a statement. Nascimento came forward aggressively, testing Dakota with sharp strikes and trying to force her onto the back foot. But Dakota met the pressure head-on, circling with smooth footwork and snapping out crisp jabs to keep her opponent in check. Even in her debut, Dakota showed composure, timing, and confidence, proving she was a fighter built for the big stage.
One actually, her mum, a Thai boxer, but she said her style's like her mum's, forward and aggressive, and that's exactly what we're getting tonight.
Yeah, big pressure straight away. She just has to be careful. Obviously, in Thai you clinch, it's not working, you get separated. She don't want to punch herself into a clinch too often.
Nice
got to learn to take a step back and land the shots. But very strong there.
On the ground, Dakota displayed composure and skill far beyond her experience. Even from her back, she remained dangerous, constantly shifting her hips, searching for openings, and throwing up submission attempts. At one point, she nearly locked in a triangle choke, forcing Nascimento to defend cautiously and rethink her approach. The round continued with intense scrambles and ground exchanges, but through it all, Dakota's fight IQ and adaptability shone through. From her corner, her coach's voice rang out, reminding her to stay smart, avoid unnecessary grappling battle, and keep the fight where she was most dangerous.
From Dakota, she'd do well to free her right arm and try and frame off and try and get back out in the open. She, blistering attack at the start of the round.
You think there's some pressure for her to show some of the grappling, not just make it a Thai boxing fight, maybe show that she is moving towards this MMA evolving fighter?
I mean, yes and no. I'm sure she'd like to show that if it comes to it, but what striker doesn't want to go in there and knock someone out at the end of the day?
Leonard staying strong in the clinch there.
A better position for her. She's trying to close the distance, trying to work a takedown. Dakota, without a few tools, she can't knee to the head. She gets tripped there. Can't knee to the head, can't elbow, which has been used to.
As the first round came to a close, Nascimento had certainly applied pressure, but Dakota made it clear she wasn't intimidated. She'd weathered the storm, fought back with intelligence, and given everyone a glimpse of just how versatile she could be. The crowd could feel the shift. If Dakota followed her corner's advice, the second round might tell a very different story. When the bell rang for round 2, Dakota came out sharper, more composed, and in complete control of the distance. She began firing crisp combinations, snapping her jab, chopping at the legs, and maintaining perfect range. Nascimento, still charging forward, tried to close the distance once again, but this time, Dakota's timing was flawless.
For a long layoff.
Yeah, nice kick catch and a lovely sweep. Hard right hand straight in. His leg's not in a good position to take the back. And Leonardo does a good job of getting back up to her feet. With that left leg trap, she's going to struggle to get out to her opponent's back, so maybe rip her up there with her right hand, stand her back up.
Oh, nice takedown.
Then came the turning point. As Nascimento stepped forward, Dakota unleashed a perfectly timed right hand, clean, sharp, and explosive. It landed flush, snapping Nascimento's head back and leaving her visibly staggered. Crowd erupted as Nascimento wobbled, desperately trying to find her footing. Dakota didn't hesitate. She smelled blood and pound, firing a relentless barrage of punches with surgical precision. Each strike found its mark as the pressure mounted. Nascimento could end. Nascimento could no longer defend herself effectively, and the referee had no choice but to step in, waving off the contest. It was over, a spectacular TKO victory in Dakota's debut, and a powerful statement that a new force had just arrived in women's MMA.
And back up, oh! Big right hand out to the back.
That rocked Leonara.
And again,
nice
just kept hold a little bit when she didn't quite need to, but that's old clinching habits die hard, I guess.
Just like that, Dakota Ditcheva claimed victory in her professional debut, a second-round TKO that sent shockwaves through the arena. Crowd erupted as Dakota raised her arms in triumph, her name instantly buzzing across the MMA world. What was expected to be a tough test against a seasoned opponent quickly turned into a showcase of pure talent, resilience, and striking power. Nascimento, once confident and composed, was left stunned and defeated. That night marked the beginning of Dakota's rise, a fighter who turns every doubt, every insult, into fuel for destruction inside the cage. Her focus, precision, unshakable determination continue to prove why she's one of the most dangerous women in MMA today. If you enjoyed watching Dakota flip the script and deliver yet another unforgettable performance, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another epic fight moment.